What's up, guys? So we're gonna sit here and wait for some people to show up to the live feed, but hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. I'm pretty excited about life in general, but yeah. So what's real, guys? What's going on in your lives? Because life is the most important thing. We can talk about gear all we want to, but if you're not having a satisfying life, then what's the point, right? So switch back over to my dashboard. Let me know what the quality of the video is today, guys, because I've been playing around with my cameras, and last week I had the impression that I needed to get out my Panasonic Lumix G7 and crank that guy up as, you know, high 60 frames per second and all this kind of stuff. And so I did a couple test live feeds, and it was horrible. It just kind of lagged there, and just I mean, it was painful to watch. So I've got, now I'm using my Sony RX0, which I really hope, let me fix this real quick. Which is really just kind of GoPro'd onto my monitor. Go up a little bit. But my fear with this little camera is that it's going to overheat. So, and I want to look at you the whole time, but I also have other things going on. So since this is a broadcast, I'm going to be reading your comments, and I'm going to be, you know, kind of running this thing, as my son would say, legit. So, and then right before I started this live feed, my mouse just became completely depleted, the battery. So I've got it plugged in, charging. So I'm basically running this thing off of my, using the touchpad on my MacBook Pro. So if everything is not completely peachy, I hope you guys understand. Again, I think this is my third live feed, and so we're just learning here, guys. But that's the fun of my channel. Like, I don't profess to be an expert at anything, and I don't think I will ever be an expert at anything. I've been a graphic designer for over 20 years, and I'm still learning. I've been a musician for over 30 years, and I'm still learning. I've been a father for 9 years, and I'm still learning. So, so I want this to be a safe place that people can talk about different gear and stuff that they're interested in, and stuff that I'm interested in. But I want my channel to be for you guys. So I'm going to say because this is a live feed, and we're safe to say so but yeah, guys, what's going on? I got 3 people watching me and nobody talking. So who's on the line? I'm also trying not to be goofy. I'm trying to figure out how I need to talk when I'm doing these things, because I can get a little goofy, I can get a little anxious, I can get a little weird. So yeah, honestly, guys, I just want to hang out with you guys. I'm in my house. I'm in my little studio. It's a tiny little studio, guys. I think I said last week that it's like a 5x10 space. My son's closet is bigger than my office, so that's the reason we're really zoomed in pretty close. And I've got a backdrop. It's a see-through backdrop. I don't know if you can see it, but there's my patio door back there. So I think if it was against a wall, you wouldn't be able to see through it, or if I had a light coming from this side, I don't know. But we're doing this in the daytime right now, so I've tried to keep it all of the natural light cut down as possible so I could actually control the light. And from my screen, it looks pretty good small, but I'm going to go back and watch this on my big TV to see what it's like. So we've dropped down to 2 viewers. Peace out, whoever left. But nobody's saying anything. So I'm going to continue to talk. So this week I got the DJI Mavic Air. And I got to go out and fly it once. I went out and flight it on Friday afternoon. Burned through 3 batteries. Updated a lot of firmware on it. So I basically just got my feet wet with it. I've flown a lot of DJI drones, so I'm used to the app. I'm used to the way DJI lines things up and how the controls work and all that kind of stuff. So now that we've got the initial flight out of the way, I'm going to do some tutorial videos on I'm going to try to hit every feature in the drone. Sometimes I get distracted when something else comes out, but I think I'm going to stop focusing on getting things out in a hurry to beat the rush. I'm just going to get it out when I get it out, and I'm going to do the best that I can to make that video. Leslie Flores, what's up? I hope I said that correctly. Yes, that is the chat. And I lost my chat window. So I can't chat back. But yes. Hi Leslie. Hope you're having a good day. And if you can't tell, my prompter's up there. But yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to hear me talk about? This week it rained yesterday, it's raining today, and it'll probably rain again tomorrow, so I might do I might find a clubhouse or something somewhere and do an indoor video, but it looks like I'm not going to get a fly again until Tuesday, and some of my plans there are I want to do a time-lapse, like a point of interest kind of hyperlapse type thing. That looks really, really exciting. Alright, Leslie's leaving and she's coming back. So, I look forward to talking to Leslie today. So, yeah guys, and if I mess up your name or I mess up your gender, I'm really, really sorry. Again, this is live, unscripted. It's actually kind of vulnerable for me. You know, I've had some people on my channel say that they don't like it when I say so I try to make an effort to edit all of the ums out. But when it's live, y'all are gonna hear some ums. I'm a 42-year-old man, so I don't think as fast as I used to be able to think. What's nice about being old is you have a lot of wisdom. You make a lot of mistakes, and you make a lot of, you've overcome a lot of challenges by this stage in your life. But I'm not as energetic as I used to be. I'm not as passionate as I used to be. I'm not as, I can't think as fast as I used to be able to think. But I'm also not as careless as I used to be, and I'm not as much of a risk taker as I used to be. So, I've moved on to that stage in my life where I'm a father. What's up, Ron? Hope all is good. Hey, Ron, if you want to, oh, it sounds like my family's about to show up, so we might hear some things going on. But if you guys want to share things share your channel address, or if I want to build a community that we share each other's videos. I want to, you guys are watching my videos, I want to see your videos. So Ron flies like a madman. So awesome. I love to see drone videos. I really feel like I'm stuck, I'm on my lunch breaks, I'm stuck in this kind of rich part of town with a bunch of office buildings. So my footage isn't as interesting as I'd like it to be. So I kind of go out to this ballpark that has like a red tin roof and red sands and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty cool. But also, I live in Nashville, Tennessee, so yeah, I don't know what that is. But I hardly ever get to go down to Nashville, Tennessee, so we're gonna see how this goes. Mine sucked. I stepped a while back. Sure. I don't really know what that means. But we can show that. Alright, Ron is starting to light up the feed with a bunch of stuff. So we'll give that a couple more hits. Let's talk about drones. Ron, talk to me about drones. You said you fly like a madman. What does that mean? So maybe his daughter was posting. So we'll let that slide for now, Ron. I got my eye on you. So my son just showed up. So he might pop on here in a little bit. But Ron, what drone are you flying right now? What's your favorite drone? Currently I'm flying DJI Mavic Air. I was flying a DJI Mavic Pro and a DJI Spark, but I sold those two drones to get the Mavic Air. And then I also have a Typhoon, Unique Typhoon H. And what I use the Unique Typhoon H for is since the gimbal and the camera is removable, I can put my own cameras on there without worrying about putting strain on the motors and that kind of stuff. So I feel it's really a really safe camera rig. So Ron's flying the Inspire Pro. Cool. All right, William Kelly has some gimbal questions. Okay. Shoot. I noticed there were some people having issues with the latest firmware, and their gimbals just kind of going nuts on their DJI Mavic Airs. So I don't know that I've updated that firmware yet, but I'll be anxious to see, because if it messes up my gimbal, then I won't be able to do any videos this week. So there's always that fear, but I also want to make sure that everything's updated, my maps are updated, and all that stuff. All right, Ron has an Inspire Pro and he has a Griffin 1200mm. Cool. I'm not familiar with the Griffins. You have the Osmo Mobile. I do not have the Osmo Mobile. I really want to get the Osmo Mobile. I have the Smooth Q. That's the gimbal that I've purchased and I use, and it was only like 99 bucks at Best Buy. So that was my entry-level gimbal. And I don't know if I'm going to go to the Osmo Mobile or if I'm going to move up to something a little bit better that can hold my Panasonic Lumix G7. But the Osmo Mobile and the Smooth Q that I'm using, they're about the same size and they have a lot of the same functionality. What I would really like to have that the Osmo Mobile has is the little attachment over to the right that I can put my smartphone on it. Oh, it's cool, William. I love. We're not really strict over here. I love gimbals, and gimbals go on drones, so we can definitely talk about the Osmo. I think DJI puts out some really cool stuff. I have a question for you, William. Do you have the Osmo Mobile? And if you do, does your phone stabilization mess with the gimbal stabilization? So, for example, like if you got like an iPhone on your Osmo Mobile and your gimbal is trying to, your gimbal is correcting, smoothing out everything, but your phone is also trying to smooth things out, and like your phone gets dizzy. This gimbal for the price kicks butt. Crane. Okay, I'll check that out, Ron. I think I have looked at the cranes. Well, in general, can you use a gimbal functionality without using associated app? I'm not sure on the Osmo Mobile, but on the Smooth Q, it's basically just a motorized gimbal. It comes with an app, and you can't use the zoom in and zoom out functions without the app. But if you can just turn the thing on and put your phone on it. I put a GoPro on it. I put this Sony RX0 on it. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, so basically on the Smooth Q, William, look at my my Smooth Q review. That was a simple review, so I might, if it's raining, I might do a Smooth Q review tomorrow, because I think it's an awesome little gimbal. It's cheaper than the Osmo Mobile. It does exactly the same thing. So, yeah. Yep, Ron. If you don't mind, I'd like you to not use profanity in here. But yeah, the new DJI gimbal that's coming out, the Osmo, I guess it's the Osmo 2. It looks pretty awesome. Another gimbal that I have a Unique Typhoon H, and the camera is removable. And I have a handheld. It's like a pistol grip that the camera goes onto. So I have that as well, and I was planning on doing some videos there, but guys, I get distracted. I'm getting distracted looking at this feed right now. Oh yeah, the Ronin S. Yeah, Ronin S looks awesome. I would love to use a Ronin. And I don't know if... What do you guys think? Is two-handed grips on the side, is that more stable than the one grip? I kind of think if you have a heavy camera, then your two handles on each side, well, the one handle on each side, is more solid because you got all that weight in front of you. But if you have like a little selfie stick or a little tiny camera on your gimbal, is holding it with one hand easier than, because I find it's hard. Like the weight of the gimbal is kind of what keeps things stable for me, not necessarily. Like if it's super light, then I like throwing it on a drone or something. But if it's heavy, I like how stable that keeps things for me. Um, yeah, yeah, I get it, Ron. Ron's saying the Ronin S is for DSLR. So what the Ronin S is, guys. So I kind of think my camera just overheated, but we'll see what happens. Hope you guys stayed on the line. Little technical difficulties here. We've been going for 20 minutes, and the camera went black. So we're learning, guys. But yeah, the Ronin S is for DSLRs, and it has two handles. It's like a these two handles, and I think there's one on top as well. And so yeah, I went to a wedding, and this guy had a Ronin S, and I was like, I didn't even care who was getting married at that point. I just went over and just watched this guy and asked him questions about his gear. So yeah, okay, so we're talking about the Ronin S gimbal, and William is talking about the mobile. So it looks like William is going to buy some sort of handheld gimbal for his mobile phone. And I mean, DJI is a great company, so I would not try to talk you out of getting an Osmo mobile. But seriously, you should watch that review of the Smooth Q. Like literally, it's $100 at Best Buy. And if you're like me, you've got gear that just kind of I'm gonna need like an ice cube sitting on top of my camera or something. So alright guys, we're gonna move over to battery power. So maybe the camera trying to charge itself is overheating. Or maybe if I plug the camera in and take the battery out. I might try that, because then I wouldn't have this hot battery in it. So anyway, if it would black out again, I'm going to take the battery out and we're going to plug the camera in and just see what happens. Alright, Ron's saying that the RX0 is going to keep doing this. Now, I had it on for like, it was like a couple hours last night and it worked fine. But, yeah, we might switch over to the Mac. But I'm afraid if I switch over to the Mac, you're going to see my ugly office. So I think we're going to try that right now. Hold on, guys. Okay guys, so running into some technical difficulties, so we're going to cut this short. We're going to cut it short. So I apologize for the technical difficulties. Again, we're learning here. I think this little camera looks great, but we got to figure out how to keep it cool. So this setup might not be the best. I might have to move to my Panasonic Lumix G7 for a later camera. It's just I can't figure out where to put it, and I need a wide-angle lens. So anyway, so we'll see how long this lasts. But so if you guys do any live streaming, what cameras do you use? I saw there was like this, is it Lexmark? I don't know. But I got this streaming set. I might try the GoPro next. GoPro's pretty wide. Yeah, I might try the GoPro session next, because it's tiny. Before I move everything around to get my Lumix in here, my session might rock out. So yeah guys, looks like 3 people are still here, so thanks for hanging out with me and staying on. But yeah, Sony can only go about 20 to 26 minutes. Yeah, Ron, was it plugged in or just battery? Okay, so the GoPro lasts longer. I kind of don't want to do a GoPro. I don't want the... But, I mean, if my face is only like 720, I think we'll be good. But yeah, Ron, any suggestions you have? And if you want to send me pictures of maybe your setup or what you do. Yeah, I got my I got my Sony RX0 to go a lot longer whenever I plugged it in to my Adamus Ninja Assassin, and it was working really good, but we were outside, so you know, it might have been naturally cooler than it is in my office right now. I wonder if there's any kind of heat sink or anything like that. I bought a cage off of Amazon. It's not the $80 cage or whatever Sony sells, but it's like a cheaper version. But it's aluminum with you know, CNC'd holes in it and stuff like that. So it's pretty nice. So I might figure out a cooling system for that. But I also don't want a fan blowing on it. Oh cool, Ron has the Inferno. Yeah, this is the Adamus Ninja Assassin is the first 4K recorder screen thing that I've used, and the only reason I have it is because I saw it on Craigslist, and it's something I've wanted for years, to be honest. And when this camera came out, I was like, well, that's why I want it. And I've actually got some really awesome video out of the RX0 using, you know, recording the 433 beautiful 4K footage. But yeah, so we're about to hit 30 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's been a wonderful day. And then I'm just going to sign off by saying, if anybody wants, you know, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers so that I can continue to get, I get about $1 a day from YouTube right now. So I don't make huge amounts of money. But every little bit helps, and as I get more subscribers, you know, my content will be better because I'll be able to afford some more stuff. RX0 is so awesome, but you need you work on set. Yeah, yeah. I agree with you, Ron. I have I only have one Sony RX0, and I have a Sony AX33 and I also have the little mini action camera. It's not the 4K version, but it's the HD version, but it's tiny and I can fit it under the bill of my hat. But the AX0, I can control my little action camera from my AX0, but for some reason the firmware is updated so much that I can't control my RX0 from that camera. But if I could, then I could easily have a 3-camera set, you know, and it would just be awesome. Thanks, Eric. So if you guys don't know, Crazy Graphic Studios is one of my son's friends, and he's got a YouTube channel as well, and he does some pretty cool stop motion stuff. All right, Ron's selling his GoPro, so if you guys want to get in contact with him, you can do that. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to talk a little bit more on these live chats. I feel like it's going to take a while to get a bunch of people in here to have a quorum, but yep. Ron says there's an app for the RX0. I don't know if that's a question or not, but the app is like Play Memories by Sony. So, and maybe what Ron is saying, you can control all of those cameras with the Play Memories app. So I haven't tried that, but that's probably a good idea. Ron's heading out. Peace out, Ron. Thanks for joining us, and have an awesome day. And do something awesome. So yeah. So we're just going to talk until my camera goes out. And next time my camera goes black is going to be the end of the show. It's going to be the end of the live feed. So yeah, so Ron left, but I still have 4 people here. So I know we've got Crazy Graphic Studios, probably William. But yeah. Now, something else I need to know. I don't know if you guys have done this, you know, used OBS for streaming or whatever. But I put the chat up there so everybody could see, you know, what the chat is. And it looks like I'm... Whoa. That looks weird. There, that's better. So... Jake says hi. Hey, Jake. Yeah, guys. So, if you guys are just getting here, what we talked about earlier is that it's raining here in Nashville, Tennessee, so I have not been able to fly this weekend at all. It was 60 degrees out, but it was raining. So, I'm going to post a video that I made with my Rilo 360-degree camera on a little DIY project of building a landing pad because I didn't have one. And I almost bought one over the weekend, but I was like, do I really want a fabric kind of cheap folding up landing pad, or do I want something a little bit more solid? So I went to Home Depot. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. I went to a hardware store and purchased some bucket lids. So we're gonna use those bucket lids and kind of decorate them with tape. But I have a feeling that I'm gonna move into taking the tape off and spray painting them at some point. But yeah, guys, 35 minutes in, going strong. So glad to meet you too, Jake. Are you the Jake? Are you the one that was in Crazy Graphic Studios video? So anyway, so I'm not going to be able to fly my drone until about Tuesday. And some videos I have scheduled are to do a hyperlapse using point of interest. I'm planning on doing a quick shot tutorial. Oh gosh. Oh. So, yep, Eric, if you do anything else like that on my live feed, I'm gonna kick you out, buddy. So, all right, Eric, it's been nice knowing you. All right, so yeah, I think that's about it. Hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, and we will chat with you guys soon. Thanks for joining. We're going to try to do this every Sunday around 2 p.m. That's what the schedule's going to be for a while, until I can figure out a better time to do it. But yeah, guys. So this is Shawn signing out. Hope you have a blessed day. Hope you have a wonderful day. You're good enough. You're smart enough. And doggone it, people like you. And yeah, go do something awesome. Go do something awesome, guys. Create outside of the box. And peace out, guys.